Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of True Picks, where we talk about everything that's going on in the NFL world and break down all of the games and talk about things that are happening in the league, different trade rumors, as well as picking the games for the week. And of course, when I say we, I mean myself, I mean Chase Oliver. Sir, how are you doing this fine evening?
Doing good, man. Cannot wait tomorrow. I get to watch the Chargers wear regular colors, not the powder blue. Going to be a nice navy night against the Minnesota Vikings. So
Not the yellow, not that piss yellow.
yeah, dude,
I
that's
saw
gonna
highlights. So I didn't watch that whole game, but I saw the highlights, and then as soon as I saw that, I was like, "What is going on?"
that's gonna be the jersey when like you look at the chart, like they'll be like the Chargers were 0-10 wearing this jersey. And I'm like, yeah, I can see why that was just horrible jersey combo. Do you like Chargers known for one of the better uniforms in the league? That was probably the worst scene that you could have ever asked for them.
Yeah, there's I was trying to think of a way to make a nice little Madison Beer bittersweet connection joke there, but
I think she should be banned from home games. We're 0-2 when she's at the home games.
wait, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is ridiculous, and she should absolutely be there.
Yeah, be banned.
But but for my team, it was a level of miracle, of mile high miracle magic.
Crazy win.
Where Denver proceeded to not do anything really for 3 quarters and then drop 33 points in 1 quarter.
Amazing.
Off of some levels of ridiculousness that just could not be topped. I think I remember telling you last week when we were doing the preview that I would trade a Ring of Horsepower weekend win, which is now coming up, for a win this past week because of the fact that they were honoring the Super Bowl 50 team. It was the Demaryius Thomas going into the Ring of Fame game, a Ring of Honor game. I don't know if it's just like my weird memory, but for some reason I keep attributing whenever I know that teams are going to be putting someone into their Ring of Honor or their Ring of Fame, for whatever reason, that team loses that game. And that's just something that's in my
it's
brain.
true.
I don't know what the statistics are on that, or if it's just also like a fundamental thing. Because I remember back in the day, Vince McMahon used to love booking people to lose in their hometown.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just like that also rattling around in my brain. I was like, these guys cannot lose on the day that they put DT into the
we lost to your Broncos when we put Antonio Gates into the Chargers Ring of Honor. The Chargers, whatever we call it, the Chargers. We call it the I don't know like the fancy name for it, but I was at the game. That was the same game Herbert got hurted, and then Easton Stick played the second half. The last Coach Staley game I witnessed live in my life, and I was thankful that I didn't have to witness Coach Staley coach my football team anymore. But yeah, like I'm with you. Whenever I hear like a legend's going into the Hall of Fame of their team, I'm like, no, don't.
Yeah, I'm like, for some reason I just know, like, or I feel they're gonna lose. That's why I was so adamant. I was just saying to myself, no, you cannot lose. Now, also, interestingly, Colleen and I, we had to go. We not had to, but we were going to her. My brother-in-law, her younger brother, his boyfriend was in town because it was his birthday. So we were going to the party for him. And as it so happened, I watched the first half, and then I have the second half on my phone plugged into the car as we're driving over. I didn't watch the fourth quarter.
Damn.
I'm seeing it in like as the ESPN notifications, like I'm doing that like the live play, but because I'm sitting at the dinner table, I'm not putting the actual game on. So like I'm just sitting there like losing my mind over what was happening. And then you just reminded me of what my bittersweet joke was. Justin Herbert had a career high passing yards.
Oh no!
And still lost the game. That's bittersweet. There you go. That's what I was.
You know he shares that same honor with Phil Rivers. Phil Rivers' career high, 508 yards, was in a loss to the Packers. I believe it was either the Packers or the Eagles. Like
it was green. It was a green team.
Yeah, because like we had a shootout with the Packers one year. That was a crazy good game. And then the Eagles, we had like a crazy ass shootout. I want to say it was the Packers because I know it was a loss. Like it wasn't a win for my dog Rivers. You know, why would Rivers win a meaningful game? Like the NFL bookers hated him.
But yeah, there was a bunch of interesting things that happened during that game, like the ending, like watching it back, that PI call on Riley Moss that allowed the Giants to get the touchdown.
The Phantom PI.
That was a bit suspect, and then also now
It was mad suspect. I was like, man, what
Dre
Phantom PI is this?
Greenlaw, the Dre Greenlaw 1-game suspension that will be against the Cowboys. Basically, like I've now seen the video of what happened. They were celebrating the win. The ref, trying to get out of the way, shoves Justin Strnad, middle linebacker or interior linebacker for the Broncos. Dre Greenlaw sees this and then like is yelling at that ref. Now, also, that ref is the same ref that from 40 yards away threw the PI flag on Riley Moss. So I can understand why Dre Greenlaw was like getting in the guy's face. I still think it's dumb. Like, I still think Dre Greenlaw is stupid and shouldn't do that. But I at least like it's the classic. I'm not saying what they did was right. I'm just saying I understand. And so I get like the purpose behind why but the other thing is like the game is over. That was the other aspect of it, is that every other time that this has happened, the player has been fined but not suspended.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they're suspending him for the game, especially when the game was over, I don't know. There's just something about it that's kind of funny, but we'll see what happens this week. But let's take a look at how you and I did last week, and man, we did pretty damn well.
Yeah.
You for a second there when the Browns were up 17 to like nothing on the Dolphins, I was like, man, if the Browns
Gemini came through.
Gemini almost came through, and then the score ended up being what it was. But yeah, I think we did a pretty handy dandy job right there.
Yeah, we did good. We did good. Yeah, the Buccaneers let us down. We were on the Baker hype train, and of course, he has a stinker of a game.
Yeah,
all that other stuff, and it was just like the Lions look good, and I'm like, I was just like riding high on the Baker mania and stuff, and then the Falcons, like we thought, oh yeah, the Niners are banged up, Falcons are a good young team, they look good. Nope, they decide, let's just stink up the joint, and then. It was funny, too, because I even said, oh, the Bengals Steelers, I won't be surprised if I come home from work and I see that the Bengals were up. What do you know? I come home from work, the Bengals were up, and I was just like, wow, I should have known Thursday Night Madness, and then we had the off between Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers. Like, is this 2025 or 2012? I couldn't tell you because these men were balling. Thank you, Jamar Chase. I really needed you in this week in fantasy. It was
I think I came out of that game playing against somebody who had I want to say it was Jaylen Warren and Jamar Chase, and I was just like, yeah, this is not going to be a good.
Yeah, that was my team. I had Jaylen Warren and Jamar Chase, and they pretty much carried me. And then Tyler Warren, you big beast of a man. Like, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it didn't help because like in that same league, that same guy had Devontae Adams. So by the time the morning games were happening on Sunday, I think I was in like a almost 70-point hole. So I was just like, this is not, you don't have a chance in this one, which was a shame because on that fantasy team, I have Jahmyr Gibbs, who had an amazing game on Monday. And it just felt as though I let Gibbs down by wasting that game. But that's just, that's just how the NFL rolls sometimes. But speaking of how the NFL rolls, this is a terrible week if you're a Buccaneers fan. You lose that game against the Lions, but in the process, you lose Mike Evans pretty much for the season. It's a broken collarbone. It looks as though he's going to be done for the year, and he will go down as having tied Jerry Rice's streak of 11 seasons of 1,000+ yards, which, I mean, that in and of itself is an incredible feat. So, hats off to him. I think they said there is some weird chance where he could come back with 4 games or so left in the season, in which case, Baker just there should be, the game plan should literally just be throw to Mike Evans, even if he's double covered, triple covered. And I mean, like, respectfully, if you're the other team and you're not really making it to the playoffs, just let him get the yards. Like, it's historical. It's like when what was it? Strahan with the sack record. They were like, did you let him break it kind of thing? But hey, I'm all for a little bit of fudging the numbers just for that moment of history. But let's take a look at what we've got for this week. We have 6 teams on bye.
A lot of buys.
Cardinals, Lions, Jags, Raiders,
Yes.
Rams, Seahawks.
No Cardinals in the afternoon slot ruining my day. I can tell you that.
We speaking of the Raiders, though, we had a situation where Jacoby Myers is injured but not injured, potentially going to be traded, and thus far has not. Then we have a situation where Max Crosby is being tied to the Dallas Cowboys. He follows about like 850 different Cowboys players on Instagram and Twitter and whatever, and then the team pulls him aside and is like, "Hey, by the way, we're not trading you." So that happened. Sort of feel bad for Max, but I kind of don't, because, sir, you talked about wanting to win rings, and then you were selfish. That you wanted money. Actually, money was how you spelt rings. I guess maybe you figured you could buy your own replica Super Bowl rings. But we have also seen situations where they're still talking about Breece Hall getting traded. They're still talking about what's going on with Lamar Jackson. We saw the reports that John Harbaugh has removed quote unquote distractions from the locker room.
He took away the video games.
I mean, if it helps, right?
No.
Roquan Smith is coming back this week, which they desperately need. He barely played. I think he played like 40% of the snap counts when they played against the Chiefs. So having him back at least helps something in this defense.
Yeah.
He did play 100% of the snaps though when they lost to the Lions. So there is also that. But yeah, Davion bringing up that Jalen Waddle has also been in trade talks. The team saying they're not interested in trading him because Jalen Waddle is still very young. So if it's not McDaniel, it's not Tua next year. You want to have somebody who is reliable for either Quinn Ewers or whoever is going to be under center for the Dolphins in 26, assuming it's not Tua. So and they also just put Darren Waller on IR after he had a bounce back 3 games or so.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a mess this year with the injuries. The other aspect of it also is because of the changes of the rules with the IR boomerang with COVID and everything, and them keeping that around. It is interesting that they go, "Oh, this guy's going to be on IR, but only for a couple weeks. They'll be back." They used to have it where it was just 2 people, but I think it's been expanded beyond that. But what were besides the games that we already talked about with the Bengals, Steelers, Chargers, Colts, Broncos, Giants, and Falcons and all that, and Bucks, was there any game that kind of like stood out to you as just sort of just for whatever reason as interesting or just something to talk about? I think you may have muted yourself, sir.
Oh shit.
There you go. I can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me now? Okay, yeah, hold up. I gotta fix some shit. My mouse died on me, so I'm trying to get back to the screen I was on. God dang it, dude. I thought I charged this shit.
No worries. I mean, because I'll say that for me, one that did interest me was that Chiefs-Raiders game, and more from the perspective of the Raiders. Like, how do you put up that goose egg? How do you not score at all? Like, I get the idea that the Chiefs have a pretty good defense, and that's something that they've relied on recently. But the idea that with the people that you have, even without Jacoby Myers, that you put up 0, that's a little worrisome.
Yeah. For me, I was very interested in the Patriots and the Titans game just because of how Vrabel coached that team, especially against his former team. And, just seeing the Titans actually be a little bit scrappy was kind of nice to see. Mike McCoy, he still has that fastball a little bit, still got that play calling. Like, Titans were just much more digestible to watch. So that was an interesting game. But just seeing, how Vrabel coached that game was really good. And then even the Packers and Cardinals, it was interesting to see how Brissett moves the ball so fluidly for this Cardinals offense compared to when Kyler Murray's there. It almost makes you think like, do we go with Kyler Murray? Do we stay with Kyler Murray as the quarterback of the future? Like, I don't know. Like, Brissett, he kind of looked good in those 2 games. Yeah, they were losses, but they were pretty. It was a pretty good games from Jacoby Brissett. Like, that offense looked a lot better.
Yeah, I guess you could make the argument that if you gave Brissett a longer leash, like he'd had more time to prepare, right? Like more of like an off camp or training camp, off season kind of deal. Like, would he be that much better? Like, Kyler does allow an offense to be more dynamic when it comes from his ability to run the ball. But if you're not going to really use that, and they have not used Kyler as that much of a runner, even with situations like James Conner being done for the season and then Trey Benson being done, like they're still not using him that effectively as a runner. If you're really going to try to turn Kyler Murray into a pocket passer, then yeah, you can easily make the argument that Jacoby Brissett's going to be better than him because Jacoby Brissett's more experienced at being a pocket passer than Kyler Murray. And that has affected a lot of this offense. We're talking about a team that last year struggled to get Trey McBride into the end zone. Like he was killing it from a reception and a yardage standpoint. And granted, they had James Conner to try to, punch it in once they did get to the goal line. But it wasn't until I think like the last game or second to last game of the season that they got Trey McBride a receiving touchdown. And Jacoby Brissett's already done it like multiple times now. So yeah, that is an interesting thing considering where they are on the pecking order for draft picks. So yeah, but let's take a look, sir, at what we got to talk about for this week.
Not a lot of games. Sad.
A lot of games, even with everybody out on bye, all those teams out on bye.
Yeah, not a lot.
Let's talk about these here Chargers. How badly are you hurting from one, the lack of these two offensive tackles, and two, Omarion Hampton and the run game? And do you anticipate, obviously not by tomorrow, but do you anticipate the Chargers trading for some kind of a running back like a Breece Hall type?
I don't know at this point. Who knows with Joe Ortiz? This guy, he just does whatever he wants. Like I can't control this monster. I wish I could, but I can't. Like it's very disappointing. I told you this offensive line was going to be a reason why we weren't one of the better teams. And you saw it in this game. Poor Herbert getting killed and getting attacked this whole time. And I would love for us to go be aggressive. We have a coach that can win us a Super Bowl. We have a quarterback, unlike most teams in the NFL, that is a top 10 quarterback. And if everyone's like, oh, Herbert sucks. Are you kidding me? Did you go watch CJ Stroud tape, who you guys were claiming was top 10 last year? And now he's that. Go watch Jaden Daniels tape, who I argued I wouldn't put in my top 10 because of the sophomore slump. And bam, like just saying, like if you guys are saying you wouldn't take Herbert on your roster when your Panthers fans or Falcons fans watching Penix and Bryce Young go up and down and be a roller coaster, I don't know what you're talking about. But Herbert was fine that game. It was just, a tipped interception from a D lineman. Okay, it is what it is. The one interception in the goal line, that was a bad one by him. I'll admit when Herbert's bad. Like there's times where Herbert is bad. I'm not saying Herbert is like the greatest quarterback right now. I'm just saying like he's a quarterback that I do believe can win you meaningful games. You just got to get him the artillery. And if you just have Joe Alt, it makes it so much easier because he allows one side of the field to be completely safe. Like the Chargers offensive line has just been a mess this year. Mekhi Becton has been in and out. Bradley Bozeman is the worst center in the NFL based off like PFF rankings and everything. Bobby Hart hasn't played a game since 2023, and now he's like one of our starting tackles at some point. And then the only consistent guy has been Zion Johnson, and Zion Johnson hasn't been horrible, but it's Zion Johnson. It's not like Zion Johnson's like a solid guard. Like he's like, if you have an offensive line and you're like, well, I have to choose Zion Johnson, you're going to pick him. Like you're going to be fine with him there. It's not like he's going to do anything game breaking, but yeah, it's just been a mess. And
so how do you trust this offensive line? The reason why I asked that is twofold. One, offensive line protects the quarterback, and two, a strong run game protects the quarterback.
Yeah, we don't have any.
You've got to deal with the Brian Flores defense.
Yeah, we don't have any. This is going to be a very interesting game. The thing is, we have two factors playing for us that are very interesting. The Vikings are 0-7 in Thursday night road games. But Carson Wentz is 7-0 as a starter on Thursday night football.
Say the line.
It's just crazy. I don't know. I don't
Somebody's
know.
O's gotta go.
Somebody's O's gotta go, man. And unfortunately, I'm picking against my boys. I got the Vikings. I think this short week, the Chargers. I want us to win. I'm telling you, I want us to win. But my prediction is with the Vikings this week. I just think this is going to be a vintage Chargers game. Poor Al Michaels has to call his favorite team losing again. Kirk Herbstreit's going to say something that will piss me off because he doesn't watch the product regularly and he's more focused on college football than he is the NFL. But yeah, I think the Vikings win this one. I want to be optimistic, but Wentz, he's not good, but he's not someone you can just sleep on and think that like he's going to be completely ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
because it's like as long as it's a completion.
Yeah.
Like the amount of playmakers on the team is so ridiculous that it's like, whether it's Addison, Jefferson, Hawkinson, like it's just ridiculous.
And if you're the Vikings, you're just looking at it where it's like, man, this Chargers defense is a pretty pesky defense, and you're like, oh, if we throw over the top, and we have two really good wide receivers that are good in the deep situation, and like if Michael Pittman and Josh Downs are kicking the Chargers' ass catching deep balls. Let's just say Justin Jefferson and Addison can't do the same.
Hey, man.
You know what stat was interesting to me?
Indiana Jones.
You know what interested me? Derwin James has 11 missed tackles this season. Last year he only had 3.
I was about to say that seems really high for Derwin.
Yeah, he has 11 missed tackles this season, which is very, very concerning from my favorite Charger player right now. But yeah, I gotta go with the Vikings. I can't.
Is age finally catching up to him?
He's only 33.
That's fairly old for an
or 30, whatever. Who cares? I just want to win, so I'm picking this for a reverse jinx, man. Honestly,
I'm gonna take the Vikings as well.
Oh man, dude, Andy Dalton versus the Bills. Just give me the Bills. I don't.
Hey, there's a way that the Panthers could win this.
That's true. The Bills aren't automatic.
I'm picking the Bills too, but I'm just saying there's a way that the Panthers could win this.
Yeah. There's way, dude. They really
if they really don't do anything other than Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard alternating and Andy Dalton just throwing every other play, like every third play, they might actually they could at least get within field goal range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's really all you need because the Bills' offense has looked got some problems here with the turnover machine. Like there is a path for the Panthers to win.
You would think Joe Brady would be coaching for his life because he has a chance. He has a chance to, get a chance to be a head coach in the NFL. And especially like if Zach Taylor keeps sucking, then the Bengals job opens up. Oh, you reunite with Joe Burrow, your college quarterback. Oh my God. Then Jamar Chase. Nope. He's out coaching. He's out coaching himself right now. So
I mean, even if you can't get that one, there's more than likely Miami. I mean, you could be like, let me get a new quarterback or do something with Quinn Ewers. But let's turn to another game that is very interesting. You have former New York Jets quarterback Joe Flacco versus Tyrod Taylor, who has a knee injury, and then potentially Justin Fields. And Aaron Glenn said, I don't want to name the starter because I think that's going to help the Bengals game plan too much. And I wanted to be like, sir, the Bengals game plan on defense is pray to God that Jordan Battle does something. Like that's basically what their defense is.
If Trey Hendrickson, can you get a sack every once in a while? That'd be nice.
He's like in and out of the lineup right now.
Yeah. What John? What did I say about paying a white pass rusher all this money, especially when they're aging? I said they just lose their athleticism quicker. We're seeing it. This is why you don't look. If you're white and you're like over 30 and you're saying, "Hey, I'm a still top tier pass rusher," I'll be like, "Yeah, for another team, not my team. Have a good one."
You don't even re-sign them in Madden, do you?
No. Their speed goes down. Madden's even worse, dude. Like if you're at a certain age, it don't matter your skin color. You gone from the team.
Oh, that's true. That's true. For me, as soon as a player hits 30, they have like a year or two left, unless they're offensive line.
Yeah. Offensive
Offensive
line.
line, I'll let the person rock for a little bit, like maybe
Yeah.
33, 34. But like besides that, I'm trading you.
Yeah. Offensive line, even D tackle. D tackle, I'll have like older players there because I'm like, you're just a stopgap. I'll just have you in there. You still have this good rating and stuff, but you linebacker, you 30 years old. Sorry, buddy. On to the next guy and stuff. I
Unless
deal
it's
with
like
that.
unless it's a situation where it's like a historically good person.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
so, for example, if this was back in the day and I had the Panthers and I had Luke Kuechly,
Oh
or
yeah.
I had gotten Luke Kuechly in free agency or a trade or something like that, Luke Kuechly more than likely would have just died on the roster. Like he would
Yeah.
have retired
Oh yeah, yeah.
as part of the team.
That,
I'm
that's
not trading Luke Kuechly
that's
or
what I do with the Chargers. I have Derwin James, and then Derwin James, like when he regresses, I just make him into a linebacker, and because he's so fast and he has a good block shedding, I can actually make him into like an edge rusher, and I just kind
sure,
of do like
sure.
make him do edge rushing shit. So like that's what I do with Derwin James now. Like yeah, he always is on my roster no matter what.
So do we feel as though, like from the vaguest of fantasy perspectives, do we think that old man Flacco will finally get Chase Brown to be fantasy relevant? Started to tick back up against the Steelers. He actually hit his projected total in full PPR for the first time in a while. So that's something that I'm interested in seeing. I'm taking the Bengals.
Yeah,
At
I
least
think
I'll be interested by Chase and Sauce. But
yeah, I think this Jets defense will show some fight, but the Bengals I think win this game. Like I said, I can't choose the Jets until they win a game. Like they have to show me something, and offensively they don't show me anything. So I'm
and
interested. I'm interested in this line. Very interested.
to Davion's question, the Jets have been terrible for several years now. How the hell do you fix this franchise? For its quarterback, you have to, like, they cannot do anything until they solve that quarterback problem. And I don't think they intended for Justin Fields to really be the long-term guy, but like it kind of showed that you need to move off of him faster than you initially had planned, because they only signed him
Yeah,
for a 2-year deal, $40 million though for a 2-year deal. So they're going to have to move on from him a lot faster, I think, that they anticipated.
yeah,
Because I'm looking at some of the lines right now, and like some of them have updated a little bit from when I originally
yeah.
pulled
Because
the information.
I understand why the Ravens are favored. I just don't think they're minus 310 favorites, especially because
That is still accurate, because like
Chicago's on a win streak, and so it's like
for example, the in the previous one, the one that's changed so far, the Chargers are now like negative 178, and
yeah.
the Vikings are now plus 148. So like a very negligible change. But there is one upcoming that is a little bit interesting once we get to it. But yeah, I also was surprised by the Ravens being negative 310. Like I get the idea that you could get Lamar, right? There is the possibility that Lamar could play even coming out of this bye week. And I know that the Ravens are getting Roquan Smith back. Like he had a full practice today. But I don't know if even if it is Lamar Jackson, it feels as though this Ravens team is just snake bit. Like they cannot
Mhm.
get out of their own way, and maybe Roquan helps the ability to tackle, because last week towards the end of the game, the Bears were just gashing, like with DeAndre Swift getting some of the rushing lanes that he was getting. Sorry, not last week, but the week before against the Commanders. But that doesn't happen against somebody like a Roquan Smith. And you have to imagine Roquan Smith wants to play against his old team and the Bears that didn't want to pay him. But this Bears team has seemingly kind of turned this around. So I'm going to take the Bears under the belief that Lamar is still not playing. If he was playing, I probably still would take the Bears, but I would believe that the line would be. I have to believe this line's going to change if Cooper Rush is playing and not Lamar. They're anticipating Lamar
Didn't they bench freaking Cooper Rush for
or Snoop Huntley. No, I don't think so. I think they might have for the purposes of like a game, but I think he's still technically considered the starter.
Yeah, I don't know if Lamar's playing or not. I'm gonna go with the Bears as well. Like I can see it where the Ravens, if Lamar is playing, oh, this is the vintage Ravens kick ass. They look great. Oh, what were we worried about? They're 2-5.
Bye week.
Yeah, 2-5. They're taking away the video games and the ping pong table solved the issue and stuff. And I get it. I understand.
They have like a 14% chance right now to make the playoffs.
Out of all the teams that have that percent chance, I do think the Ravens could pull some bullshit
Yeah,
out.
I believe that. I easily believe they can turn it around.
Their schedule gets a hell of a lot. Their schedule gets pretty easy. Like it's no 49ers super cupcake schedule, but it is something that is doable.
Well, let's talk about a Patriots team that looks as though they're ready to mow down anybody on their schedule, and we get a fun test of Drake May in year 2 and Mike Vrabel and how this offense is going to work when it goes up against the Cleveland Browns defense. Dylan Gabriel does not look great anymore.
He looks he's so average. Like it's just like Dylan Gabriel's like that one boxer people try to tell you, yeah, no, he's good. And then he just jabs the whole fight. There's nothing exciting. And you just watch 12 rounds and you're like, so you made me watch this 12-round fight. And all this dude did was jab the whole time. Interesting. Like that's Dylan Gabriel. He just plays it too safe. Like doesn't throw any crazy balls, doesn't take any risks.
We were talking about this earlier today in the sports chat, but I think you were busy with work and everything. But I wanted to ask your thoughts on this. There's an idea that's been floating around, like from the Cleveland Browns, not somebody just fantasy booking, but from the Cleveland Browns, that they will, for the last 5 games, they will start Shedeur Sanders. Now, just before we get any further, I'll just tell you what those last 4 games are. At Chicago Bears, Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh Steelers, at Cincinnati Bengals. If he does well, so first, if that happens, and he does well, I think he's kind of basically won the starting job because that's 3 teams with good defenses and competent offenses, or really good offenses, and the Cincinnati Bengals, who we don't know whether Burrow's back by then, and maybe they're wild card contention, so they're really trying to fight, or if it's just Flacco, getting a game check and being like, I'm Joe Flacco. But how does that if you're the Browns, especially we're talking about them now with this Patriots game, if you're planning on going to Shedeur Sanders in the last 4 weeks of the season, which is December 14th onwards, why not just go to him now?
I don't know, dude. This is why they are what they are. This is why the Browns suck.
Even if you were planning on doing it, because so they play the Patriots and then they have the bye week and then week 10, right? They're even then, if you were planning on doing it then, cool. But I'm just like, what is going on over there?
Yeah, it makes no sense. I don't get it. Whatever.
I'm taking the Patriots because I don't see why the Patriots win streak should stop.
Yeah, the only thing that would be if someone else was that quarterback, I would choose the Browns because it's I don't know, Drake May hype is kind of getting too high. He needs to get humbled a little bit. It tends to happen where a quarterback gets hyped up. Everyone's like, he's now 3rd in MVP odds. Drake May is he's now 3rd, and it's all right, let's humble this kid a little bit. Have the Browns beat him on Sunday, and Patriots fans freak out. This would have never happened to Brady, and all this other stuff. I could see it. And this Browns defense, it's a pretty fucking good defense. It's a really good defense. You know what? Fuck it. I'm riding the Browns. I'm going with the defense, John. I think Drake May gets.
That's basically what happened with the Packers game. The Browns Packers.
Yeah, so I think the Browns defense carries them to another win. They're riding high. They intercepted 2 or 3 times. They said, well, and it's not like the Patriots wide receiver.
Imagine the Browns win right off of defense, running the ball with Judkins, and then Stefanski and Vrabel are meeting at the 50-yard line to shake hands after the game, and you just see Stefanski lean in and go, "That's how you use a rookie running back," and then just walk, or that's how you use a rookie Ohio State running back.
You know what? Let's ask the number 1 Browns fan, Gemini. Let's see if Gemini believes in her.
That's the new bit. That's the new bit. What does Gemini think about the Browns season?
Hey, Gemini. Your favorite team, the Cleveland Browns, they are taking on the New England Patriots. Do you think that the Browns can upset the Patriots this week? She's thinking. Gemini, do you think the Browns can upset the Patriots? Come on, this is your team.
All right, you got me. While the Patriots definitely have the upper hand with their home field advantage and solid defense, I wouldn't count the Browns out just yet. If their running game is strong and they can control the clock, they could pull off a surprise. What are your thoughts on how they might perform?
No, Gemini. I want your prediction. I want your predictions. Who's winning, the Browns or the Patriots?
Just like last week, they tried to play the fence.
Okay. If I have to pick one, I'll lean towards the New England Patriots. While I always want the Browns to win, the Patriots have a strong home field advantage and a solid defense that can be tough to crack. It should be a close game, but I'm predicting the Patriots will edge us out with a win. But hey, I'd love to be proven wrong. What's your gut feeling about the game?
All right, Gemini, as a loyal Browns fan, who do you want as the starting quarterback? Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders?
That's a tough question. Both Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders have shown a lot of potential. Gabriel has more experience and a proven track record, while Sanders has a lot of natural talent and exciting potential. If I had to pick one for the upcoming season, I might lean towards Dylan Gabriel for his experience and game management skills, but I'd be thrilled if Shedeur Sanders won the starting job and played well. What do you think they should do?
Gemini, do you prefer Shedeur Sanders over Dylan Gabriel, though, overall? Like, this is what you want to see, though.
As much as I try to remain impartial, if you're asking for my personal preference as a Browns fan, I'd say I'm really intrigued by the potential of Shedeur Sanders. His athleticism, his big play ability, and just that kind of leadership he shows on the field make him really exciting to watch. I think he has the opportunity to be a truly special quarterback and could really elevate the Browns to the next level. But again, I'm a fan, so that's just my personal opinion and hope for the future. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Gemini, I have no thoughts. Thank you so much. We'll come back to you next week for your Cleveland Browns so you can give us more input on them.
Sounds great. I'll be ready to give you all my insights on the Browns' performance next week. Thanks for chatting.
I like how you told Gemini that Gemini is a Cleveland Browns fan, and Gemini was just like, as a diehard Cleveland Browns, born in the soil, like I'm dog pound for life. Like, wait a minute, what is this shit?
You know what? Next week, I'll clear the Gemini history, and we'll ask Gemini who her favorite NFL team is. I kind of forced her to be a Browns fan.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, she was like, as a Browns fan, I'm like, dude, I was just joking.
Wait
You're not a Browns fan.
All right, so now I'm trying to figure out if I just wrote it down wrong for this next one, because it's got, now that I'm looking at it, we have negative 118 for the Texans, and I put down negative 102, but now it's saying plus 100 for the Niners against the Texans. Now I'm wondering if this is any kind of change because of Nico Collins' status, because he was ruled originally out with a concussion during the game against the Seahawks. And I'm wondering if they're anticipating that he's going to be back with Houston for this game. But like, he didn't practice today, and Christian Kirk didn't practice today. So the idea that the Niners are gonna not have to deal with those two players, that's pretty wild, right? Like, that's basically the offense at this point. Like, that means you got to be throwing to Jalen Noel, you got to be throwing to Jaden Higgins. You need, I think Dalton Schultz also questionable. You're basically just using Woody Marks like as a receiver at this point. What does that look like for a Texans offense if they don't have Nico and they don't have Christian Kirk? I want to feel comfortable taking the Niners. I do think it's hilarious that the Niners did bring George Kittle back and then targeted him twice. He didn't catch the ball either time, and so he did not record a stat on Sunday. Like, that was funny to me. I was like, okay, well,
what do you mean, John? Did you not see how his run blocking on Sunday? He was an absolute machine. I mean, the Niners. I ain't choosing the Texans. This team sucks. How are they favored, John? I don't get it.
I don't really know either. Let's turn to another team that sucks, and it's not the Falcons. it is the Miami Dolphins. And we talked a bit about the levels of dysfunction that's going on, the level of checked outness that we see from the head coach, that we see from some of the players. We got Tua throwing people under the bus when it comes to who's attending meetings and things like that. And then all of a sudden, an offensive line doesn't block for him. Really interesting. It reminded me of Any Given Sunday when Willie Beeman, who did not have CTE at that point in the movie, was talking shit about his offensive line, who then proceeded to not block for him in the movie, and also for a team based in Miami. But this is a hugely dysfunctional situation where they're talking about, well, there was talk, as Davion pointed out earlier, that there was the possibility that they could be trading their wide receiver one because that's how bad they are. And it's like, okay, so you're really just punting on the season. But I don't think there's really any way we can pick against the Falcons on this one. At least I know I'm not. The Falcons definitely have growing pains with Michael Penix Jr., but like it doesn't feel right now as though it's anything that can't be overcome with a little bit of like put your nose to the grindstone kind of thing.
Yeah, the Dolphins, they just find ways to lose these games. I just want to know, when are they going to finally give up on Mike McDaniel? Like, what is their obsession with keeping this guy in the office for this long? Like, yeah, let's go with the Falcons. Yeah.
Did you see? Speaking of what Davion was saying, did you see what McDaniel's comments were about Tua?
Yeah,
he said, we're going to try to institute the game plan and everything, but the game plan doesn't require the quarterback throwing 10 interceptions.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, we'll start Tua. You know, he'll be our quarterback and institute the game plan, and hopefully we don't throw 10 interceptions. Yeah, he said that.
Mm-hmm. Yikes.
Leader of men.
Leader. All right, so we have NFC East matchup. You've got the Eagles coming off of, a fun little game where A.J. Brown said, what the fuck, man? This is what happens when you throw the ball to me. We get touchdowns. Why can't you just do that? Meanwhile, you have a Giants team that, listen, Mile High Magic, Demaryius Thomas's fingerprints being all over the game, being that as it may, you have a Giants team that throttled the Denver Broncos offense for a solid 3 quarters. Now, a lot of those touchdowns that they scored did come off of some lucky plays, but lucky plays count just as much as they don't, or unlucky plays count in the NFL. Like, they still count if you score. So this is a very interesting matchup from the perspective of a Giants team that is on the rise. 2-5, it is what it is, but they are definitely on the rise. And like I was saying in the sports chat to our fellow friends in there who are Giants fans, I was saying Dart's doing this without Malik Nabers. Like, I don't know if he's 100% the truth or not, but he's doing this what he was doing without Malik Nabers. So we got to keep that in mind. Can he pull off some level of magic here? Maybe. Do we just feel as though the Eagles are just waiting for the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of how it feels at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to take the Eagles. I think you are too.
Yeah, I'm taking the Eagles. The Giants look good, though. They're fun. They're much more fun to watch. Those white men are dangerous, and Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo. So, yeah, they're a fun team. But, the Eagles, they're a better team. And they're going to be like, well, didn't the Giants just beat the Eagles on, Thursday Night Football? You always take Thursday night games with a grain of salt sometimes at that short week and everything. So, sometimes you got to take it with a grain of salt. So,
okay. Let's turn towards another divisional matchup, also in the NFC, but it's in the NFC South. You have the Saints hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And listen, I know last week we talked a lot of shit on Baker Mayfield's behalf, but I have to imagine that Baker Mayfield's very, very angry right about now. First, he loses Mike Evans, like we were saying earlier before, for more than likely the entire season. On top of that, he still does not have Bucky Irving, ruled out again. So it's going to be Rachaad White, which not bad. Like, Rachaad White's not a bad running back, but like, he's not Bucky Irving. You have Cade Otton, who is one of the more reliable targets that he has, causing fumbles, interceptions. You have no Jalen McMillan, who's in a neck brace still, and they're talking about he might be back, he might not be back. They have Emeka Egbuka, who has hamstring issues, did not practice today, but a part of the report was stating that it could just be like a precautionary thing, almost as though they're already giving Emeka Egbuka like the vet day off kind of thing. So really what you have is Sterling Shepard, Cameron Johnson, and Tez Johnson, like for sure. That's who you have for sure. And I'm still going to take the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Buccaneers. I mean, the Saints, like, let's be real. They're just fun. That's it. They're a fun, scrappy little team. I'm with you, Davion. They get their revenge. Titans are not getting their revenge. That Colts team is way too good.
Oof. In the most lopsided money line. Let me just check to make sure there hasn't been any movement on this one. No, it's the same. So in the most lopsided money line by far for this week, the negative 1,200 Colts will be hosting the plus 750 Titans. Yeah, this is a game where Calvin Ridley might not be playing. And there's a lot that means you have Chimera DK, you have Alec Iomenor, and I forget the name of the third receiver right now, but
doesn't matter.
It's almost like it doesn't matter situation. This is a Titans squad that, sometimes you understand why teams are getting the first overall pick, and you feel bad for a player who, is coming into it. Like, it's not their fault, right? Like, it's not Cam Ward's fault that the Titans were so terrible last year.
No, he's not.
It's Will Levis's fault, right? You got Will Levis.
Whoa, no, Levis provided. Maybe the Titans are a better record with Will Levis. Who knows?
But Cam Ward's doing what he can, and it's just nothing he does seems to stick. Nothing he does seems to work.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Colts, they're just rolling through people.
They've only punted 12 times this season. They have the most two touchdown quarters in the NFL right now. They're just so good. Like, watching that game, it was literally like a mismatch. I was just like, Jesus. And then especially Jonathan Taylor, like, I get it. He's a running back. He's going to get disrespect for MVP because it's a quarterback award for the most part, unless you get 2,000 plus yards and you do something amazing. But man, that man is just on a mission this season. He looks absolutely phenomenal.
Okay, listen, I understand and I appreciate the fact that you really like Big Tony. Okay, but could you imagine in 2023 if Shane Steichen and the GM had, instead of taking Anthony Richardson at pick 4, had taken almost literally anybody else from that first round?
But without Big Tony, they don't get Indiana Jones.
I mean, yeah.
Big Tony is the reason why this team.
Oh, don't.
I'm telling you.
Ridiculousness.
No.
Ridiculousness.
No, you are not going to insult my guy. Just wait till McVay gets him. Then you'll change your mind.
Oh, that's it. Tyler Lockett. That's the third.
Yeah, he wanted out. He said, release me. And they're like, yep, no problem.
That's why I couldn't remember it, because I was like, it's not Tyler Lockett. Man. Yeah, I'm taking the Colts on this one. I think you are too. This is Shane Steichen. If was just like, you know what, people keep thinking I'm a bad coach, and I'm not a bad coach. It's that guy's fault.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, Indiana Jones comes in there, and it's like, dun 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 dun. And
John, you know who I'm picking here, right? Gotta make sure my prediction comes true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Only reason why I shouldn't be picking them, but I have an agenda of the Cowboys winning the NFC East, which is still possible, by the way, folks. Like, it's not.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. My brain is telling me to pick the Cowboys, because as much of a miracle as the game was, you can't freaking have 3 quarters where you don't score.
Yeah, the thing is, this is going to be an interesting game because it's like the most yardage offense, like pretty much, if you look at it, the best offense in the NFL the Dallas Cowboys taking on
And now with CeeDee Lamb back.
Yeah, with CeeDee Lamb, with Pickens, and all this firepower, and going against this really great Broncos defense, like it's a great matchup. This is a great, like, I'm surprised that, like, I understand why it's not like one of the primetime games. I'm surprised though, like they didn't think of like an advance, but this is the best afternoon game. Like this is the afternoon game that will have the attention of everyone and stuff. It's going to be a great game for sure. But yeah, the offense for the Broncos is just non-existent. It's very frustrating, even if I'm not a Broncos fan.
You know what it is? It's that for 3 quarters, Sean Payton's like, we are really going to try screen passes and behind the line of scrimmage passes. And then in the 4th quarter, he's just like, all right, Bo, just do whatever you want to do. Or he's like, I think it's Davis Webb. I don't even think it's really Joe Lombardi. He's like, just do whatever you guys want to do. And then all of a sudden it starts working. Like that, I don't know if that's...
What is Davis Webb to you guys?
He's the quarterback's coach.
The old quarterback from back in the day?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was calling plays during preseason, funnily enough.
No.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just reporting the news as
it's so weird here.
No, Davis I know. Because like he's not that old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's not, like you think, oh, coach, right? You think old, but no, he's not that old.
Wow.
God damn it! I just realized Paramount Plus is going to be showing me Titans and Colts again. There's some bullshit with the Colts. Yeah, this past week, I was like, okay, Paramount Plus, CBS has Denver Giants. I'm looking towards it, and it's like, oh no, would you like to watch the Colts and the Chargers? I was like, it'll be a good game, but no, that's not what I would like to watch. And now this week, also 325 Colts Titans. So Paramount Plus is going to be.
Why don't you use my NFL Plus account? It's in California. We'll get Cowboys and Broncos.
Oh, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, you have the password. You just log in.
Yes, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, just don't change your location. Just keep it.
Right.
Yeah, just keep it California, and then and stuff, and then you can watch on the NFL because we're getting Cowboys. Like, there's no way we're not getting Cowboys and Broncos. Ain't no way they're giving us Colts and Titans.
But my brain says pick the Cowboys. My heart says you got to pick the Broncos on Ring of Horsepower weekend. So let's see. They have not lost thus far, which I don't think this streak is going to continue until the day I die. But like they have not, for whatever reason, lost on the weekend of my wedding. And historically speaking, it's a hilariousness because the first time it happened was against the Chiefs when they snapped that streak of Patrick Mahomes always beating the Denver Broncos. It's one of the few things I thank Russell Wilson for. Besides also,
what was that with Sean Payton? Why are you throwing digs at Russ? What was that about?
He didn't throw in digs at Russ.
Yeah, he did.
Not really.
Well, Russ took it as a dig.
Well, okay, that's Russ's fault. But like the point he was making is that Jackson Dart is a more dynamic person, like spark, than Russell Wilson. And clearly the team, the Giants feels that way. The Giants feel that way because they're starting Jackson Dart over Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson's getting all upset. Meanwhile, Brian Daboll's basically breaking concussion protocol rules to try to get Jackson Dart back on the field because the entirety of MetLife Stadium was booing Russell Wilson. But Russell Wilson wants to say something about Sean Payton. Fucking say some shit to your coach and to the team you're with now, or get your agent to really pressure them to try to make a trade. Because it could have been you, sir, and not Joe Flacco that went from Cleveland to Cincinnati. You could have gone from New York to Cincinnati because Jameis Winston is there in New York in MetLife, and that didn't happen. So that feels as though it's a little bit more on you. But yeah, I'm taking the Broncos. And let's see, Davion saying in the afternoon he had to look at the Panthers and Jets on Fox, and that was hard to watch. Yeah, so
man, at least you didn't have to watch Cardinals and Packers. Got to watch those ugly teams.
But here on Sunday Night Football,
Mike,
Steelers
this is great, Mike. We got to watch Aaron Rodgers return. Big take on the Packers again. It's great, Mike. I love it. Did you see the jerseys that the Steelers are wearing?
No.
They're wearing like their new Bumblebee jerseys that they have.
Oh wait, hold on. That's the other thing. Does it sway your opinion in any way, shape, or form to know that Denver will be wearing the throwback uniforms?
Oh, that makes it even easier for the Cowboys to win. They're gonna believe it's 1990s and win this game. Jerry Jones is gonna be like, it's like the old days all over again.
So they're going to be wearing the 30. Oh, yeah, they're wearing the 33 throwbacks. Oh, that's not bad.
What is this? Throwback week? Chargers wearing their
Yeah,
throwback navies. Cowboy.
Yeah, remember when they used to do those terrible color rushes?
Oh yeah, on
Like,
Thursday
remember
night
the
games.
Seahawks color rush?
Yeah, the lime green. Yeah.
Oh my god, talk about terrible. Yeah,
I love how everyone in the away team color rush is just they're all whites, and I was like, how's this color rush? Like, where's the color in this rush? It's just the all white jersey, folks.
Is it bad that I think that these money lines should be flipped? Jordan Love has not been looking that great. You have a Packers offense that, outside of Josh Jacobs, doesn't feel to be dynamic whatsoever. Yeah. I know the anticipation is that Christian Watson's going to be back for this game, but I can't imagine that Christian Watson is going to be doing that much contributions in his first game back, coming off of the PUP list. Meanwhile, the Steelers have looked pretty damn good.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think the Steelers, like the defense of the Steelers, I think they're just looking at it like maybe the Packers offense will outscore the Steelers, but if Rodgers is doing what he's doing, I don't know. I don't think you can outscore them. Like, it's not like the Packers offense is like mad consistent. I don't know. Yeah, I think the Steelers win this one. Home field advantage. It'll come down to Boswell hitting like an insane kick, and then everyone's like, "Oh wow, Quentin Boswell."
Yeah, death taxes and Boswell hitting some.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels isn't playing. Let's just choose the Chiefs. There's no
Oh
reason.
no. Here's what I want to say about this.
Yeah, man.
Here's what I want to say about this.
No, choose me, man.
Have you seen a fucking team that has played like ass be gifted such ridiculousness to be able to get them to 500?
Man, what are you talking about, man? Did you not see what we did to the Raiders? Shut up. You're just being a hater.
The Raiders, yeah.
31-0, we skunked them. All that matters, man. We beat the Lions, too, and they're one of the best teams.
Oh, but ladies and gentlemen.
But the thing with the Chiefs, I want to say this. I cannot wait for Chiefs versus Colts. If this is the Chiefs team that's like scoring like this, oh my God, Chiefs and Colts is going to be some fireworks this season.
If you've got Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy and all of them in fantasy, I feel bad for you because.
What do you mean Hollywood got a touchdown? Like
yeah. At one point in time, Rashee Rice had more targets and catches than Hollywood and Worthy combined.
Hey man, I'm spreading the ball around, man. Not my fault. We don't have a running back yet. Maybe my coach could change it.
Brashard Smith's just waiting right there. But
so the Chiefs and the Colts.
This is ridiculous.
November 20.
This is like the easiest path. Okay, put it this way. Right now, the Chiefs have a higher playoff percentage, just to get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Than Denver.
And I'm number one in MVP, bitch.
Denver's leading the goddamn division. I get that it's only one game. But my point is that they're leading the division.
Can't deny greatness for so long, you know.
So the matchup predictor on ESPN for this Chiefs and Colts game that will take place November 23rd. Is that a Sunday or because it's those Thanksgiving, so we don't know.
Oh yeah.
I gotta check the November 23rd. See where that's at.
It's a Sunday.
Yeah. So far that is a morning game, November 23rd. It's at 10 a.m. CBS. We know CBS will protect this game. Nance and Rome will be at the call and everything. The Chiefs matchup predictor. What do you think the Chiefs? What do you think the matchup predictor has right now on who would win between the Chiefs and the Colts?
I think they would say the Chiefs.
Yep, they have the Chiefs at an outstanding 65.2% to win this game.
Gotta be
over the Colts at home. So the Colts are at home in Lucas Oil, which is a good home stadium. It's not a bad one. And the Chiefs are favored to win and to beat this high-powered Colts offense.
Yeah, man.
I
Can't
hate
deny
it.
greatness for so long, you know.
I hate it here.
We do everything correct, man. We play in between the lines. We don't do that extracurricular stuff.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't know. I guess this is a way to. This is a compliment to you. It's such a good impression. It makes me want to punch you. I'm like, now I feel as though I'm talking to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things, man. Everyone wants to try to doubt us and say that we can't win, but here we are every week after week pulling out these games, winning games, man.
Oh God.
My friend, that's the new, like, so before Mahomes, it was my friends always wanted me to do Andrew Luck. Like, oh, you know, this is such a good game. We're just over here. We're just playing football, and it's just really great to play football every week. I saw Ty wide open, and I threw him a touchdown, and it was very exciting. I got a good hit in. You know, defensive end hit me pretty hard. And now my friends are always just like, "What is Mahomes thinking right now?" and stuff. And they love my running back bit. Like, that's like my one thing. Like,
yeah, man, I have to run the football because I don't have a reliable running back. Be nice if my team traded for one. I want one so bad.
because I just do it like I know how to do the Mahomes like PR, but the Mahomes impression is like without the PR. Like if Mahomes didn't have the PR, he's just kind of like I picked up some of it from the quarterback show of just how he is and stuff. Yeah, my favorite's to laugh because that's how he laughs. He just does that.
So I want to ask your thoughts on this. Right now, Aaron Rodgers is signed to a 1-year, $13.65 million contract. They did draft Will Howard from OSU earlier this year in the draft. There is now talk about them extending Rodgers for at least another year. What do you think about that, considering the fact that he is now 2 years removed from the Achilles? He will be 41 next year. How do you feel about Aaron Rodgers potentially being the head of the Steelers offense in 2026?
I mean, it's fine. Like, you're not going to be in a position to draft a quarterback, which is one of those things, unless, like, you feel like, hey, you know, like let's just say this quarterback class coming out, like right
okay,
now.
So I'll give you another reason why I'm bringing this up is that I'm looking at pulling up Tankathon, and I had read that article earlier today, and considering that they just drafted Will Howard, right now at pick 25, it's mocking John Mateer from Oklahoma to Pittsburgh. So if they extend him, like now you've got Howard and Mateer on the roster. So
those are guys that like honestly, because right now it's like a three-headed race of who's the best quarterback for the draft. It's Ty Simpson from Alabama, it's Dante Moore from Oregon, it's Mendoza from Indiana. I don't think that'll change anytime soon. Like, even if like more like, because like one of those three ain't making the college football playoff, whether it's Moore or Mendoza at this point. It seems like Alabama, unless they have like a weird stumble later in the season, they're not missing the playoffs. They only have one loss. Even if they lose in the SEC title game, they'll be fine. They'll make the playoffs. So Simpson will get more reps, which teams will like. He's also shown that QB1 mentality. Like, if one of those three kind of stumble in the draft process and they're like, you know what, we can get a Mendoza out of this, or we can get a Ty Simpson out of this, I'm fine with Rodgers being your quarterback while one of those guys just kind of learns under one of the best in the game. It's not like Rodgers obviously has shown he's not washed. Like, they figured out a strategy. Like, now this is where my answer changes, is if Arthur Smith, because, you know, he's kind of built his way back in a good reputation. You know, he's kind of built him up, you know, people considering him maybe being a future head coach again. If he leaves, it's kind of like, do you want to stay? Like, you kind of got used to this Arthur Smith offense. You're kind of used to this quick. A new OC, they're not going to run what Arthur Smith likes to run. So then it's like Rodgers has to learn a new OC. Jonnu Smith is just going to go with Arthur Smith because it's like part of his DNA to always have Jonnu Smith on his team. Like, he like fades away if Jonnu Smith is gone and stuff. So yeah, I'm just like, if I'm Rodgers, it's like, yeah, get your money, you know, go ahead and play for the Steelers. I'm cool if the Steelers want to do it, but you also, if I'm Rodgers, I'm like, hey, is Arthur Smith staying? Like, is he going to be the guy, or is he going to go become a head coach for one of these teams, you know, that want a head coach but don't want to go young yet because there's not really like a young prospect that's on the McVay or Ben Johnson aura of like, oh, we got to have them. John, pop quiz for you. Can you name all the Super Bowl coaches that have won the Super Bowl under the age of 40? There's only 3 of them.
Under the age of 40?
Yeah. There's
My
only three.
first-
They're all one in the 2000s. So you don't
yeah, I
have
was
to
gonna
think
say my first thought is McVay.
Yes, Sean McVay did.
Jesus, under the age of 40.
Yep. All in the year, all in the decade, all in this century of 2000. So no, you don't have to think of like old ass coaches from like the 90s or 80s, 70s, or 60s.
Yeah, but like my problem is when I think of the early 2000s Super Bowls, I'm thinking either Belichick, Dungy,
Mm-hmm.
Tomlin would have
Yep.
been young.
Tomlin is one of them. Yep, he was 39. You're missing one.
Would it have been Harbaugh?
No, it's not Harbaugh.
Harbaugh should have been past 40.
Yeah, Harbaugh's like 70, bro.
That's true. They just look like they're fucking.
Yeah, they just look like they're 45 years old. Whenever I hear John Harbaugh is like 68, I'm like, he's 68? How? He looks like he's 45.
It is funny though, because like Jim has like some of the bare little gray flecks in there. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, but he's like 82. I'm like, no, he's not. Okay, wait. So Tomlin, McVay. I'm just gonna start moving back through. Wait, what did it? Gruden.
Yep, John Gruden.
There it is.
Those are the three coaches under the age of 40 to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. Interesting. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, let's look at you raised that very interesting question about the idea of Arthur Smith leaving. So I'm looking at like who are the other coaches on there. Previously, the current wide receivers coach, he was wide receivers coach last year, and then 23 he was wide receiver coach for the Jets, and then he was wide receiver coach for Denver from 2018 to 2022. I don't think he's becoming the offensive coordinator. Then you've got Eddie Faulkner, who is the running back coach. He was the interim offensive coordinator and running back coach in 23, and he's been the running back coach for Pittsburgh since 2019. And then you've got a guy that you may know, Tom Arth.
Oh, yeah.
2024 till now, quarterbacks coach for the Steelers, and previously 22 and 23, the pass game specialist for the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yep.
I think he probably would have the best shot at becoming the offensive coordinator.
Now, I mentioned coaches under the age of 40. There's a couple coaches right now. One of them is still Sean McVay somehow, but under the age of 40 that could win the Super Bowl this year. Mike McDonald, 37 years old. Our guy, Kevin O'Connell, 39. And Shane Steichen at 39.
Wait, Shane Steichen's only 31 years old?
No, 39. He's 39.
Oh, 30. I was like 30. I was like, there's no way I'm older than Shane Steichen. I'm like, no way. Yeah, wow. Yeah, so if the Colts do, and then what was I saying? They're doing like the way back machine. It was saying, oh, the history doesn't repeat itself. It just rhymes with the Colts being division leader, the Patriots being division leader, and then at the time it was like either Chargers, Broncos division leader, ridiculous, and the Steelers division leader. So yeah, history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme sometimes. So wow, it's very interesting to see who. Let's put it this way: who matches up the best from an NFC team perspective that has a realistic shot? Assuming it's the Colts.
Oh, the Lions, because they can keep pace. They can keep pace with what the Colts want to score.
Do you think though that like the Eagles defense would be able to slow down? Because the Colts, the way this Colts offense works is the run game. The run game opens up everything, and I feel as though the Eagles. I
don't think the Eagles have anyone that can slow down Tyler Warren. Like that's the one thing, because like the Colts when they're in like sticky situations, like they go to Tyler Warren like he's prime Gronk. Like they just go like, oh, here you go, Tyler, and then he's so good. Like he's just such a mismatch. And then also too, I think the Colts receiving room is so deep and so like they all have different roles that they're good at that I think they can match up well with this Eagles secondary. So, and then that's when Taylor opens up, and then it's just like, oh yeah, man,
that's fair.
Yeah, like
it is crazy. I mean, obviously outside of the whole quarterback situation, that all the Colts really needed was a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of teams like, you talk about, oh, they're just a quarterback away. There's a quarterback away. There's a quarterback away. And this team really was just a tight end and like a halfway decent, competent quarterback away from being Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah, they had Mo Alley Cox running out there for year after year, and you're just like, oh my god.
Wait, who's the other guy? It was Mo Alley Cox, and then something Doyle, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jack Doyle.
Jack Doyle. Oh man.
Yeah, they're running out. They're running out these guys, and then here comes Tyler Warren, and then they actually posted a video where like the Dolphins choose Kenneth Grant because that was like the last team they were afraid of to choose Tyler Warren, and then like Steichen's just belly laughing. He's just like, yeah, we got Tyler, and then stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is like who they wanted. Like if you're the Bears, you're kind of kicking yourself, aren't you? Like Colson Loveland has just been injured, and I don't think he'll ever show.
It's not even that. It's that even when he has been injured, they don't want to use him.
Yeah, Cole Kmet's like, it's my room, dog. What do you think? Who the fuck are you? Come on, he's looking in the mirror. He's like, you're just a younger version of me, but you ain't better than me. I can tell you that. Yeah, no, but yeah, I think the Colts, it's like they're one of those teams where it's just like they can definitely make the Super Bowl. I think it's not out of the realm of possibility. They're just that offense. Like until you can show me a game where their offense is just inept, I can't really because even like in the Rams game, they showed you like, hey, they're not out of the game. Like that game against the Rams, it looked like, see, the Colts, they have flaws, they're not that great. And they came rumbling back, and they were literally just Adonai Mitchell, two dumb Adonai Mitchell plays away from winning that game. Like if Adonai Mitchell doesn't fumble the ball before crossing the goal line and then doesn't get the block in the back, they win that game.
But for a goddamn leverage penalty.
Get over it, John. John, you guys lost that game to Danny Dimes and this amazing Colts team.
Oh, get out of here. They're still Peyton's favorites. Denver is. That's all that matters.
No, he was. Maybe more owners should be like the Colts' daughter, Jim Irsay's daughter, and just act like they're a coach on the sidelines. And
hey, I got a former Secretary of State.
Yeah, you
guys
have
advisor.
You guys have doesn't your guy own Walmart?
Yeah.
So you guys. Like he doesn't care. He doesn't care about the Walmart workers. Why would he care about his NFL workers?
No. I'm saying like Condoleezza Rice is one of the ownership.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, that's why I said I got a Secretary of State, like an NSA. And
I just have this idiot named Spanos that.
And I got Lewis Hamilton, Formula One driver.
How much does he own of the Broncos?
I don't know. It's probably like 0.0.
Yeah, man, I'm the owner of the Kansas City Royals. You know that, John? I have like a good stake in it. I do. I'm an owner.
I think like the Memphis Grizzlies, like if you look at NBA teams, they have like the weirdest ownership group. It's like Justin Timberlake. It's like a bunch. I think Peyton Manning owns something in the Memphis Grizzlies or something like that. Like a lot of people just own the Grizzlies. Like they just have ownership into the Grizzlies.
Where is this?
I know Timberlake has something in the Grizzlies, unless he sold it.
Show me the ownership. This sucks. You guys suck.
Hey man, my owner for my basketball team, former World Series player, bro. MLB great, A-Rod.
I was about to say, isn't it A-Rod?
Yeah, it's A-Rod, bro. Out of all, no, he didn't. Did A-Rod play for the Twins?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because he played for Seattle, right?
I don't remember if he played for Seattle, but I know he played for the Twins.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought A-Rod was a Seattle player for whatever reason. Why doesn't he just own the Twins too? You like Minnesota that much?
No. I got him confused with somebody else. You were correct. He was Mariners, Rangers, and then Yankees.
Yeah, because I remember him with the Rangers, and then you went
to the Twins. Then
that became a Yankee player.
Yeah,
could be anyone, bro.
Yeah, it could be anyone. I'm not going to break my head at this time of the night. But, guys, we want to thank you for tuning in, as always, to this week's episode of True Picks. I swear to God, I'm going to punch you.
Thanks for watching my show, man. We did great today. We made great predictions. I cannot wait till next week when Gemini chooses the Chiefs as her favorite team.
Dude, I don't – it's so frustrating Like, are you not frustrated by this? The fact that Kansas is
I'm just used to until 15 retires. It's the world we got to live in, John.
It's just like this ridiculous. You know what's gonna happen next week? We're gonna get a couple more think pieces because it's gonna be Chiefs at Bills. Somehow Josh is gonna pull out some win out of his ass.
No, man. Get out of here with that
No,
shit.
no. Here's why.
No.
Let me finish. Because week 10, the Chiefs have a bye week. See, now you get the whole week to have the discussion of like, is he fully washed? Now he does have Rashee Rice back and all that kind of thing. And people are gonna
Who's calling me washed, man? You're the only one calling me washed.
They're gonna forget, but then also remember about Reed's record coming out of the bye week.
Man, shut up.
And then you know who it is? They're going to play Denver. And some nonsense is going to happen in week 11. They're going to win. And then it's going to be like, oh, the Chiefs are back. And that's how they take control of the division. That's what's going to happen.
No, how about this? We just went out, man. That's it.
Oh, dude, look at this. Yo, look at this bullshit. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Bills. So Commanders, Bills. Let's say for argument's sake they beat the Bills.
Yeah.
Bye week, they beat Denver to fully take control of the division.
Okay.
Then week 12, it's the Colts game.
Oh.
They beat the Colts and take the conference.
Sounds like a plan to me, man.
Ridiculous.
Sounds like it's gonna happen.
Well, alrighty. Chase, let the people know where they can find you, my good sir.
Well, you can find me on the Round the Point Network, man. Catch me every Sunday on the NFL as I just dominate teams and keep winning with the Kansas City Chiefs. And whenever they need me on True Heat, man, you know I'm here.
And guys, you can catch me as always here on True Heel Heat Sports Entertainment, breaking down everything that happens in football. I can finally say that I keep saying from time to time I pop back in. I did pop back in this past weekend to the flagship podcast on True Heel Heat to talk about the Andrade non-compete clause and all that kind of fun stuff.
You'll be popping back in a few weeks when our guy CM Punk becomes world heavyweight champion. not you, Oos.
I'm sure I won't be. The only time I will pop in for that is going to be if he does follow through with this legendary, insane run of mind. His mind just melts the way you think it will.
When he wins the title, he all the happiness gets sucked away. It's
you
like
see his face, like
yeah. Like what am I trying to compare it to? It's literally like when Punk wins the title. He just becomes he just like everything just fades away. Like he's no longer like I think it's just like with CM Punk. He's happy when he's not champion and stuff. But I can just see it now. He's gonna be like, Paul, did you see the report? ESPN's not happy with our numbers. How are we gonna get those up? Is it because of me as champ? Am I just doing a bad job? And Triple H's like, Punk, we're fine. We signed this deal. They can't. It's all right. We'll just find a new person. They'll pay us a bunch of money. No. What do you mean? No, calm down, Bill. Calm the fuck down. It's all right. No, I gotta prove it. Why is Rhea Ripley's shirts outselling my shirts? And then Rhea's like, calm down, Phil. It's not that big of a deal. I even beat out Cody in the record sometimes. And he's like, no, it shouldn't be that way. I'm the top guy. I'm the world heavyweight champion. This house is a house that CM Punk built. And then he just freaks out. And then when you take the title, all right, guys, let's just have a good show. What happened? Took the title away from him. It happens every time when you put a title on CM Punk. He just starts freaking about the numbers and the business. It's like Eddie Guerrero. Eddie would stress out that he saw Tarp at the house shows, and he'd be like, "Oh, my chest hurts." And Kurt Angle's like, "Let's go out there and wrestle, Eddie. It's not that big of a deal."
Listen, some people take pride in their craft. Okay.
Cody shouldn't. So I see that Cody's main eventing the PLE, Paul, not me. What's that happen? You trying to say my title's not important as Cody's title?
No, You're main eventing Raw tomorrow night, Bill. That's not a big deal, but
Cody's main eventing this PLE and not me. It's one of those things. I don't know. Has things really changed here? Are you guys really view me as a top star?
Yes, Bill. We have you everywhere, billboards and everything. Like, holy shit, calm down.
But yeah, we'll.
Meanwhile, Roman's just like, who cares? Like, oh, this is because of me. Netflix, ESPN. Why are we even on this television right now? Because of me. Phil, whatever you do.
I can't wait to leave this place and go to Hollywood.
Yeah, what? I mean, you guys are fucked without me. All you people complain online. You say, oh, all he does is just disappear and come back. Yeah, because they need me still. I need to be here. I mean, I'm getting my cousin's world title reigns. That's how impactful I am.
Oh. But alrighty, guys. Until next time.
Numbers are down. It's because of me as champ. Oh, I'm not a top star. Why is Rhea outselling me?
I just appreciate you finding 2 ways in one night to annoy me.
Dirty Dom's shirt is outselling mine. Oh.
Take it easy, guys.
He's just upset about that.